around this game, the essence of it, and a certain amount of understanding required as well.
Well, I think you've got to have passion to be involved in the game, whether you're a supporter or you're out there on the field, and if you don't have that, then there's something wrong with you. And as you mentioned, Mark, it's actual pressure fought in the professional game now. The profile is very high, television, radio, newspapers want to cover every aspect of the game, so that it is going to be highlighted if there's any trouble. There's probably been stuff like that happened in the past, but just not the same information given out to the supporters.
Well, one major defender has survived the suspensions, Dave McPherson. I'll be very pleased to have him to lead out the team and to marshal things at the back. Dave McPherson, who has got a fantastic record in this competition in his time with Rangers. Gary Mackay, another well-known face in these parts. Andy Thorn just going through the camera then. Delighted to be part of a major football match again. Well, Hearts out well ahead of the opposition. They'll be happy if that's the position on the scoreline tonight, but it would be a major, major upset. I think it's fair to say that the Hearts players are probably under less pressure than they may ever have been in recent times in a home game. Everyone sees Celtic very much as the favourites. Jim Jeffries has pieced together this side. Andy Thorn rushed up from his Surrey home for what may be his only game for Hearts. It's also a first start for number 3, 17-year-old Gary Naismith. Alan McManus and Kevin Thomas also drafted in. Well, Celtic have a player of their own paying for a sending off on Saturday. Brian O'Neill is banned tonight. And the former Hearts defender Tosh McKinley has joined Alan Stubbs, Paul McStay and Phil O'Donnell on the casualty list. So Tom Boyd switches back into a three-man central defence. And down the left, there's another chance for Stuart Gray.
In more positive fashion, attack a bit more, push Van Hooijdonk forward before he thinks about actually bringing anybody off the bench.
And that's rather wasted. Mackay. No goals, and we've had almost an end of time cuts. Flicked on by Robertson. He knows a thing or two about scoring goals. McCann's ball is a good one. Thomas coming in. Marshall just there before him. Needed to be.
Yeah, that's a good early ball. Doesn't have to run past them. He swings it into a great area between the defenders and the goalkeeper. And Gordon Marshall's done really well there to come and smother that, because forwards are going to be on the end of it if he hadn't.
Gordon Marshall, I think, was sold to Celtic by Jim Jeffries from Falkirk, was he? There's certainly a connection there. Play on, says referee Kenny Clark. This is Di Canio. We play on now.
There's trouble.
It's a second yellow for Salvatore, and Hearts have lost a player again.
Yeah, it was the risk he had to take. He's made one or two challenges, got away with it. He's had an excellent game. That's obviously part of his game. He just hangs a trailing leg, and I don't think you can have any complaints about that. He's got Celtic.
He's working on his relationship with the Hearts fans. Hughes. Tom. It's down well read, but he's twisted an ankle. And
He could be off as well. Peter Grant already got the yellow card.
Got booked early in the game. And it is 10-a-side now 3 minutes into extra time. Grant steaming in, but did he get the ball as well as THORN?
I'm not sure if he did. He had that heavy challenge before, the one he was booked for, but certainly he was going for the ball there, but just a little bit late, caught the player. I see him going in there. I mean, there's not a lot in that. He's made contact, but there's no doubt about it, Peter Grant. He could maybe be booked for reckless play rather than deliberate foul play there in that occasion, but as a heavy challenge, THORN has taken the brunt of it. But as I mentioned earlier on, Martin, there's always this tendency from referees when a player's been set up on one side to take an opportunity, if they can find it, to even things up, and that's exactly what's happened there. Peter Grant was running the risk, so like any of the other players we mentioned tonight, he should have been careful, considering he's already got a yellow card.
Celtic, when the draw was made, this was a tricky tie for them, make no mistake about it. Away in Edinburgh, all the fashion of Tynecastle. Robertson, he scored! Hearts have got a goal here in heroic circumstances, and that arch opportunist John Robertson has struck it.
There's a lot of space around that Celtic defence. Lovely pass from Fulton there. The cover came across, well squeezed in by McCann, and Robertson got the power on it. Marshall got a hand to it, couldn't stop it. That's a great ball in from McCann there. Robertson steadied himself brilliantly, let it run across him, just gave himself the space, and still the power left. He's tired in this match.
An extraordinary evening in Edinburgh. And it hasn't finished yet. THORN got it. Just. And Jeremy Goss hoisted away. It'll take a few more seconds to retrieve here. Oh, I don't think it went out of play. And ball boy there, very carried away. It's got to be restarted with a drop ball. Well, it's understandable in these circumstances. We're all getting carried away, because Celtic might be going home here with their tails very much between their legs. It is now stoppage time at the end of extra time, and John Robertson's goal. Van Hooijdonk didn't get there. THORN called upon again.
Good defending, Martin. Had to be one at the back post. Van Hooijdonk coming onto it. You can see the threat he puts in. THORN doing really well to get that away.
In from Di Canio. Oh, and Rousset doesn't have to reach it, but it's another corner.
Not sure he touched that there. A few Hearts players claiming they didn't, and certainly Rousset was.
It was the goalkeeper. No, it certainly wasn't, was it? Maybe he thought it hit a Hearts head in that original challenge. That's Cadetta. And the Marshall has come up as well, and he's now trying to scamper back, but it's over. A truly astonishing victory for Heart of Midlothian. Very depleted, but far from deflated.